You're watching the Batter Fans Network.
The heroes are back. Beers talking balls, rapping pink and black. Coming live from the 305, it's official tissue. The Batter Fan, Chris and Dan, weekly rocking with you. We talk Messi, Boosie, Jordy, Lucho, the Fat Four, to Ben Cram, Noah, Ruiz, Fred. What more could you ask for? Tighten up and get ready, listen in on the pod. Solana and X in Espanol, just to even the odds. Breakdowns and gas bagging, join the tribe and just vibe. $3.99, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't hesitate, say what's up, go ahead and come in. No question about it, I'm ready to get hurt again.
No question about it. I am ready to get hurt again.
Chris, the Heroes are back. Welcome everybody to episode number 425 of the Batter Heroes podcast. I'm your host, Dave Gannon, and alongside me, as always, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
A little drier, but better because we walked away with a win. So that's amazing.
Absolutely. And if you take away the intro
And a Benteke goal
from the bottom of the screen, that might help your Wi-Fi, by the way, just in case. All right. So we won. Absolutely. Great thing. We kind of figured we were going to win. We had to win because things are obviously not good if you can't beat DC United, because DC United is looking kind of rough. Chris, you were there. You were what? How's the atmosphere?
I mean, it was nice. There was a lot of people that went out there for sure. It did start to rain pretty heavily around like the 30th minute, somewhere around there. But it was fairly dry for the most part in the beginning. I think the atmosphere was well. Yeah,
I agree. And Andy Krim, shout out to you. I appreciate that you jump on with us. Your hate for Miami like fuels me. I love it. It looked like it was a good crowd for a DC United game. Obviously, at this point of the season, I think the interest level drops down a little bit. Everybody's kind of ready for the playoffs. You got a big University of Miami game here locally against the University of Florida. So obviously, a lot of UM and, like your daughter, Florida alums that are watching that game or attending that game here. You got football happening, even though the Dolphins already play. So, like, the attention isn't fully on into Miami, I think, right now. So despite all that and the weather, still a good crowd. Your general thoughts on the game?
My general thoughts were it was a good game. I mean, Messi is magical, like literally godly. Like the third goal was just a thing of majesty. Like I can't even describe. And it was on the other side of where we sit.
No, and that Jordi Alba, it's past get to it, because Jordi Alba, oh man, if he was playing up top the whole season, he would be in the MVP conversation. And that's not even hyperbole. I really do believe that. And real quick, I just want to address Andy. Shout out to Andy again. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Real quick, just to the ref's comment. There's two times that we played Orlando. The first one, I don't know if you remember, that an Orlando player passed it back to Galese, their own player, and they didn't call the PK. If we paid the refs, I promise you, that was a perfect opportunity to call that on for us, but they chose not to. And then there's been other circumstances in which, like, for example, when we played Orlando in Orlando, where everybody thought that it was a handball. I didn't think it was a handball. But if we paid the refs, you would figure they had the opportunity to call that, right? But they chose not to. So it's interesting how apparently the refs pick and choose when we pay them and when they do make a call for us and when they don't. But again, we're not here to talk Orlando. I just wanted to shout out to Andy.
Maybe the deposit wasn't high enough.
Right. He had to wait till halftime to make sure that it cleared. And then he's like, okay, it cleared. Yeah. So now, even though we didn't give him calls in the first half, let's give him the calls moving forward. So whatever. It makes sense. It makes sense, Andy. All right. So moving on to DC. Absolutely. Moving on to DC United. Coming into this game, I predicted a 3-1. You predicted, I think, 4-1.
Yeah.
And Jose predicted 2-1. Everybody predicted Miami to win. Nobody predicted a clean sheet because, I mean, we just can't get a clean sheet. But you know what? It was frustrating to watch that go. I know we're going to get into it, but I feel like it was very lackadaisical, the defending on that play. I know from where your seats are, you probably got a good look at it. the way that the entry pass wasn't challenged at all. The guy had all the time in the world to kind of set the ball and target Benteke, just setting up there next to, I forgot it was
Oh
Falcon,
my.
and then I think it was Falcon, and
No,
then the fact that
it was Luhan that was guarding Benteke.
okay, or even worse, okay, and then the fact that it wasn't like a headed like aerial where like Benteke out jumped him, like he just out hustled him to the ball.
He just leaned in front. He just
I don't know what this is, but I like it.
He just leaned. You're bringing the same energy as Silvetti is. I mean, that kid almost blasted a hole.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Watching that kid play for the couple minutes that we've gotten to watch him play, I remember we got to see Baltasar Rodriguez for 17 minutes, and then he got injured. But we're like, wow, those 17 minutes were pretty good. Svelti's whatever minutes he's played have been even better than what we saw from Baltasar. We have Baltasar, Segovia, and Baltasar Rodriguez and Svelti. I'm sorry, like we got a good squad coming together. Now we just got to figure out how to set it up, who's coming off the bench. But if Mascherano can play his card drive, right, and stay healthy, we got something cooking here. I'm kind of liking what we're seeing with these youngsters coming to finally playing.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to it. Like I have my opinions on Silvetti, but we'll get to him when we get to his PK, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So again, general thoughts. We should have won. We did win. The first half, DC wanted that game. You could tell he wanted that game. They wanted that game, and they were pressing that mid block. Miami couldn't break through, and it started to show towards the end of the first half that you can't play like that. Red Bulls, like you have to have Red Bull in your vein to play like that for 90 minutes. DC United isn't built like that right now, so they slowed down eventually. But it was you got to give them credit for that first half. So we can go on to the game recap, Chris. The floor is yours.
Well, let's get to the starting 11, right? I want to make sure that we cover the starting 11 first. So there it is right there. For those of you on audio, again, I'll map it out. You have Ustadi in goal. That's no surprise. Back fours with Noah Allen. And then instead of Frey on the right wing back, you have Chelo Weigand. And then you got Falcone and Ustadi playing center back. You have the double pivot with Brian Segovia. You have the left mid, left wing with Jordi Alba. And then right mid with Rodrigo De Paul. And then the top two are Allende and Messi.
Now, this is when we're defending, right? And then they said that we changed to 3 in the back when we're on the ball.
When we're on the ball, yeah, because you got the center back sticking back, and then everybody just floods forward. So we changed the image here where you have the wing backs that are pushed up a little higher, except for Noah Allen, because essentially Noah Allen just sticks back because Jordi Alba's already graced that area anyways.
Yeah, so I like that when we're on the ball, DePaul moves a little more central. Alba has the freedom to push up as a wing back because Noah Allen's going to fill in that space that leaves him behind. Obviously, I don't like that Allende is up top, but at the moment, even though Segovia is available, but I guess he wants to play with 2 forwards, and Segovia isn't that guy. So, Allende until Suarez comes back, I guess. Even though Svelti, I think, will eventually take that spot if Suarez isn't like available to play, injured or whatever. I think very soon it won't be Allende. It will be Svelti because he's been looking really good.
Well, and not only that, but like unfortunately, we don't have Luis Suarez. So if we had Luis Suarez, who's the player that's going to take the L in this lineup, you would hope that it's Tadeo Allende, but it might be Bright. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there because Bright, he plays so well, and it just doesn't show on the highlight reel.
He was okay today. Rodrigo De Paul, I thought, had a decent game also. I saw somebody say that they were worried about him.
He had a good game.
Yeah. I didn't think he had a bad game. Maybe it wasn't the best. It wasn't as good as he looked against Seattle, but I thought he had a good game. I thought in the first half a lot of people didn't look great, but that's because they were pressing so much that they were having a hard time breaking that mid block. And credit to DC United because they were pressing and they were cutting passing lanes and they were just like on it in the first half.
Well, But I also noticed that they turned the ball over a hella amount of times. Like we were able to get steals back. It was like a back and forth, but we were able to kind of keep possession a little bit more in the beginning. And then on top of that, we were able to steal when they would actually get the ball and try to counter us. So it worked out well for us. I think we were doing pretty good in the beginning. Nicholas Rodriguez saying Busquets is washed.
I thought Busquets looked really bad today.
I think Busquets is so far one of the players that's taking like a downturn out of a lot of these players.
He gives up balls. I think that second goal that DC United scored, I believe it was a bad pass by him that didn't get to Segovia, and then he was in charge of getting the trailing guy before Benteke passed it to him.
Oh,
couldn't catch up to him. Like it was just Busquets has been looking really, really bad, and I mean his passing often is still on the mark, but if he has a missed pass, he's not going to recuperate defensively.
He's cooked.
So he's cooked, as you would say. Yeah. All right. Yes, and then there was a moment where Busquets did just randomly slip. I thought he would blow out his knee the way he fell. I was like, holy shit! Just by himself, he just fell. Not a good game for Busquets. Not a good game for Busquets.
I'll tell you who else it wasn't a good game for. The damn referee. Like, I don't like to chop down referees, but like this referee was absolutely awful. Like yellow cards all over the place for a what? He handed out yellow cards like it's nobody's business to people in pink. I think the first yellow card, if I go through the first yellow card he gave to a DC United player, which there were many fouls, the first yellow card was in the 82nd minute. Before that, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow cards handed out to people in pink.
You don't think that the people in pink deserve some of those, though?
I feel like a couple people in pink deserve it, but not everyone. He almost gave the whole roster.
Falcon got one for talking crap, I believe. No, wasn't that for talking crap? I think like he fouled someone. And then
he fouled someone.
I thought it might be a yellow, and then he didn't give him the yellow. And I don't know what Falcon did. He like threw the ball or something, and he's like, you know what?
Yeah, he got pissed. He complained about the call,
and then he ended up getting the yellow anyway.
Yeah, that wasn't a foul.
All right, Chris. Game recap.
So game recap is, I mean, essentially we didn't have any scoring action up until Sergio Busquets was the first to get the yellow card, by the way, in the 25th minute. Tadeo Allende gets the goal. Yeah, he did. So Tadeo Allende the
team started rough.
Oh, look, to me, the team didn't start as rough. I felt like they had decent control, but they just weren't able to get past the defense of DC United. But every time they lost the ball, they were able to recover it fairly quickly. So I felt like they were just trying to figure out ways to pick their spots. But they picked their spot at the right time. 35th minute, Messi looks up and delivers a beautiful pass that just turns and trickles to Tadeo Allende. Puts Tadeo Allende in a perfect Tadeo Allende space. Where I saw that coming in front of me, and I'm like anticipating him to completely blow it. But that
pass was so perfect that it caught the goalie off guard, because
the
goalie he goes like he's gonna go attack the ball. He's like, oh shit, he put it right on Tadeo Allende's foot. Like, I gotta retreat. And then he retreats and he's like, oh no, wait, I still have time to get out there. What the hell's going on? Okay. And then he goes right back at Tadeo Allende. Like the goalie was like back and forth, put himself in a horrible position, left the whole far post of the goal open, and Allende finally nails a one-on-one opportunity.
Well, I mean, he literally just kind of passed it into the far post.
Yeah,
luckily, he didn't
what you got to do.
Like out of control.
How often has that gone wide?
Well, that's because he tries a little too much, and I think he realized at that moment, I just need to pass this in.
Yeah, no, and look, credit to him. He finally finished one. You got to give him credit when he finally finishes it. And shout out to you, Noobster, batterfans.com, the stepbrothers, Rodrigo and Leo.
And is it me? And am I wrong for saying this? But I felt kind of bad for Tadeo Allende because he goes and he celebrates in the corner. It means a lot to him. He's been
Nobody ran up to him
for a while.
Nobody
And
ran up
he
to
was
him.
just alone the whole time. And I'm
Yeah.
watching it
I
from the
noticed that
seat.
also. Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, this guy's like alone. And then
I
finally
noticed the same
Jordi Alba comes up to him because they're all celebrating with the goal. They're like, fuck this
No,
guy,
because
Tadeo Allende.
Because it was like Alex says here in his comment, 95% Messi's goal. That was like 95% Messi's goal.
But like, dude, if you know as a teammate that Tadeo Allende has been going through it, like everybody needs to go pick him up and put him on their shoulder like Rudy.
I guess,
Like he's literally, he looked like he was gonna cry in the corner. And I don't know if it would be happy cry because he scored or sad cry because this whole team is bailing on him.
I noticed the same exact thing. I thought the same thing. And then once he almost got to the center of the pitch is when he finally started meeting up with his teammates and he started getting the high fives and the hugs. But like you said, it's because everybody went to Messi because of that beautifully placed ball. And Ian saying, love the shirt. Shout out. Appreciate that. Again, batterfans.com if anybody's interested in the shirt. Yeah, I noticed the same thing. You know, it was 95% Messi's goal. Like, it's true.
Yeah. I mean, look, Saga Daddy's saying I can see on his face that he wanted a goal badly.
Yeah.
I think he wanted a hug badly is what he wanted.
Look, I have Tadeo Allende is probably a really nice guy. I have nothing against him personally, like I do against Suarez. Suarez, I don't like. I have nothing against Tadeo Allende. I hope that he plays better and we start cheering for him more often. But I did feel for him because when he was in the corner, he did look very lonely. But you know, he did. I think it was more than anything because that was just such a beautiful ball by Messi that everybody looked back and it's like, yeah. Great freaking job. Yeah. Everybody went to dap him up for that. But they eventually, you know, dapped up Allende and gave him the hugs and stuff when afterwards. But you got to give Messi his props, man. You do. If Allende doesn't score that, like,
oh my, no, you ship him off right there.
Yeah,
you put him in a FedEx box and he's out.
Messi has found him in he's given him great opportunities to succeed. He just hasn't been able to finish. And again, I have nothing against him personally. I just, as a player, he can't finish. And you know, so that cost my team. And this is the team I root for. So that's why I don't want him on here. But I like him. You know?
I do think that there was another opportunity that he also messed up earlier in the game, because I do remember right in front of me, there was a pass that Messi gave to Allende, and he also didn't have a good enough touch to capitalize on it. And Messi had a really disappointing face.
And this is the thing, and I don't want to get on Allende, right? Because he had a goal, right? Let me not say he had a decent game, but he had a goal. So good for him, and I want to keep it on a positive note for him. He's not going to get the que pena today, so shout out to him for that. But
God forbid.
Why did he succeed with that ball? Because I think his first touch was the shot. And I have to go back and check, but he didn't have to do anything. Right?
Yeah, so, he didn't. It was just rolled right in front of him, and he just
hit a 6K home run parlay. Oh, shout out to Juan. Nice. You know what? I had a 10-game MLS parlay. And, you know, I bet $8, and it was to win. I think it was $700. And I lost. You want to know why? Because San Diego couldn't beat freaking Atlanta. I hate Atlanta. I'm starting to hate Atlanta so much. San Diego ended up drawing with Atlanta, and they cost me $700. It was an $8. I put $8 down. I could have won $700, and San Diego couldn't freaking beat Atlanta.
I'm not gonna front today. Inter Miami kind of failed me because Jordi Alba didn't score a goal.
Why would you put Jordi Alba to score? You should have put him for assist.
He scored last game.
Assist. Yeah, but
I put Messi for a 1+
anytime
assist.
goal. You got to put Messi anytime goal. You got to put Jordi Alba assist, and you'll be good.
I don't like.
Now,
I didn't
Jordi
like
Alba isn't gonna. You're wild. You put instead of Jordi Alba assist, you put Jordi Alba goal. Come on now, Chris.
I like the numbers. I like the payout.
There's a reason why the numbers are that way.
Yeah, you know, $5 gives me like $300. I just put a little 3 thing in parlay. Okay, so we get to halftime, Danny. We're
Mhm.
winning 1-0. Benteke has not hit a crossed header in just yet. How do you feel?
How were you feeling at halftime?
1-0. I wasn't feeling, look, I was feeling okay. It was raining by then. And it's
Mhm.
funny because like the guy that sits next to me, the Mike, the guy that sits, our row buddy, he's like, oh, I just looked at it and it said 15 minutes, it's gonna rain. And on point, boom, 15 minutes, it stopped. Honestly, I wasn't too convinced because we're winning 1-0 against DC United. I kind of expected a little bit more dominance. I thought that we were gonna do good and better in the second half, but I didn't like the feeling at that point. And shout out to
That's an
Ogi,
OG.
or yeah, OG,
I
greetings from
thought
Nigeria.
Ogi, maybe OG. Regardless, shout out to you from Nigeria. It's got to be early in the morning, I'm assuming, over there. So shout out to you for joining
Yes.
us live.
Yeah.
At half, I was feeling really good, not just because we were up 1-0, but because I felt like DC had a great game plan. I thought that they were executing it well. And towards the end of the first half, you could tell they were getting a little more tired. And Inter Miami was getting more space to play the ball into because they were getting tired. You can't keep that pace and that pressure that long. And they tried as much as they could, but they couldn't keep it going. Now, can we, before we move on to the second half, can we bring up what a horrible first half Ustadi had?
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up. Justin said, I'm surprised you guys didn't mention the bozo Ustadi almost had. And then we have Ian saying que pena for that almost goal at Ustadi early in the game. Yeah, like he didn't catch it.
There was like 2 times that he came out that he almost coughed up a really good opportunity to DC. And then there was one where it should have been an easy save. And then like he like goes down to get it and it goes under his legs. And I don't know how it just goes just wide. I thought it was good. I thought it went in, honestly, when I first saw it. And then I saw him frustrated. And then it turns out that it went just wide. Horrible first half. Ustadi cannot have these games. And I'm starting to get worried because Busquets defensively is a liability. If Ustadi cannot protect the ball, we're in some trouble because in the playoffs, it's one game, one and done. So you cannot have a bad half like this. Because if you have a bad half like this, you could be done.
Yeah. And you're not gonna have like the way that we did against Atlanta last year, where it's best 2 out of 3 every series.
No, 1 and done. And look, 2 out of 3 was on one, but yeah, Ustadi was absolutely terrible in the first half.
So that was the first half. You felt okay then. So you felt good. You felt good about the first half. Second half, we get started, and unfortunately,
they had 15 minutes to rest, so they came out with fresh legs to get on it again.
Second yellow card for us, Gonzalo Lujan at the 49th minute. Then all of a sudden, Christian Benteke with the, I guess, unexpected header goal off of a cross. Like I saw it in slow motion. I'm like, guys, all you have to do is just don't let Benteke get in the box comfortably. Don't let the person cross it to Benteke. Like that seems like a pretty simple like strategy, right? Practice this for a couple days. Benteke, guard him. Guy crossing, destroy him. And they didn't do either. Cross came in beautifully. And then you got Lujan trying to hold Benteke in some way, shape, or form, gets completely obliterated. And then Benteke just leans into the header, boop, right past Ustadi. And Ustadi is furious. He's screaming at somebody. I think it was screaming at Lujan or someone else about the cross, but it was an awful defensive play.
Yes, I just pulled it up. So Noah Allen and Jordi Alba are standing in front of
covering the crosser.
Servani, somebody, I forgot the guy's name. Servani, I think it is. But
Servania.
They are standing in front of him. And at no point do they decide, let's close out the space. Let's not let him cross it in. They just stand in front of him at the box line, and they allow him all the time in the world to cross that ball in. And I think that's why Usadi was so upset, because Benteke is there one-on-one with Lujan. I'm trying to see if I can get a still image of it.
Well, Soccer Daddy is here saying it was a whole defense, no pressure. And just randomly, New York City FC comes in and says, we suck ass, RBNY is better. Super bad. So that's the image. Oh my goodness.
Look at all the space. And I know that's a still image. They don't move from where they're standing right there. Like, they don't push up, they don't press. They allow him to cross that ball, and they don't even make a fake effort. Like, just fake it.
Yeah.
Fake it. But they don't even fake it. Noah Allen and Jordi would literally just watch him center that ball. And there is Benteke lined up with poor Lujan up top there.
Yeah, no, he's owned.
No chance. No chance. No chance. So
he's got no shot.
No.
Literally, I think I saw Gonzalo Lujan grabbing at Benteke's left leg at some point because he was getting dragged on the ground.
Yeah.
So Benteke gets his usual header off a cross, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big surprise there, right? And we're tied 1-1. And I'm thinking, this is bad.
Are you worried? Really?
Well, I'm thinking it's bad because you're expecting for us to get 19 out of 21 points, right? And Jennifer Torres, shout out to you. Hit the like button, people. 200 people watching and 27 likes only. Come on, guys. It's a literal press of a button.
It really does help us a lot, and we really do appreciate for those that take this half second to press that like button, because it does help our channel a lot.
Yeah, and it helps people find us, become part of the community. We grow this community and make it even funner than what it is. So that's always nice. You guys are the best part of the show anyway. So yeah, I was kind of worried, Danny. You're anticipating 19 points. And if we get a tie off of DC United, then according to your math, we would have had to go undefeated after today.
Yeah, no, look, I told you, I think the draw is going to be against NYCFC on Wednesday. And then I think we win out after that. And if we somehow beat NYCFC, then we're playing with house money, because then we could draw somewhere down the line where we're not supposed to. But I do think we're going to get 19, at least 19 out of the possible 21. Now it's not 19 anymore. Now it's 16 out of the next. Why am I blanking on the next 18? Because we have 6 games left. So we have 18 points that are possible, and I think we'll get 16 out of the next 18. But I wasn't worried.
Whatever.
What I was considering was getting on to see if the odds had changed, because it was a draw, to see if the numbers had changed to bet on a win. Because I still thought we were going to win, but no, the numbers hadn't changed much. Miami was still expected to win.
Yeah, we're home. Yeah. DC shit.
Yeah, nothing was changed.
Some substitutions happened after that. Gonzalo Lujan got subbed out. You're done. You get dominated by Benteke. You're done. Baltasar Rodriguez comes in for him. So it's an offensive substitution, basically. And then another offensive substitution, technically. Ian Frey comes in for Chelo Weigand. So apparently this guy, Mascherano, wasn't happy with those two guys on the right side of the defense.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, 5 minutes later, Ian Frey gets a yellow card. Now, at this point, we get to our second goal. 66th minute, Messi gets an assist from Jordi Alba. Now, this was on the other side of where we sit. So I didn't have a really good view of this. Yes.
Really? Because I feel like from your seat, you should have been you were right in front of where that ball got delivered to Messi.
No, let me tell you, the third goal is what I saw just clearly. Well, that second goal, that ball that Jordi Alba delivered, the way he split the defense and Messi received the ball, and not only that he receives the ball, but the touch to kind of guide the ball. That's close post. It was near post that he shot it. Yes, I remember. Yes.
such a thing of beauty. The Jordi Alba's delivery, Messi's touch when he received it to kind of leave the ball right in front of him as he was getting by the two defenders that were on either side of him. Like, man, like you got to just take a second to appreciate what you're watching, because you're not going to get to appreciate, well, supposedly till 2028 possibly. So, but man, it's so nice.
Yeah.
Because whenever it is that this ends, this ride, it's been really fun so far. I know no trophies, I get it, but week to week, it's been so fun watching Messi. When he's gone, it's gonna take like a step down, right? Because no matter who comes, it's not gonna be the same. It's wild.
It's not Messi. It's not Messi.
Yeah, but it's been really, really fun watching him, man. Very entertaining.
Well, Jack Coward is saying, clip it. Messi 2 per game, hits 900 on the final win.
Hey, Chris, do you remember when we were supposed to play against Orlando on, I think it was like on a Saturday or Sunday, and they rescheduled the game to give Orlando some extra rest to make sure that they could beat what was it, Sacramento?
Yes.
And
so that way they can.
Yeah, they didn't do that for us when we played against Houston in the U.S. Open Cup final. No, we had to play on short rest, and Messi was injured. But for Orlando, they gave him a couple extras. Like, hey, don't worry, we'll reschedule your game so you can get some rest in. And
not only
go ahead and beat Sacramento.
Not only to get extra rest, but get extra spies to spy on.
That's right, and they spied on Sacramento
Republic.
Right.
I mean, these guys were
right.
These guys were hiding in bushes, like filming these people off of Kodak cameras. Like,
shout out to the Bill Belichick Orlando City Lions winning that Open Cup that year.
Yeah, against Sacramento Republic. You guys are so nervous. You had to send a crew of camera people, and they almost still like won. So like,
yeah, I remember Sacramento played well that game. I remember.
Like Sacramento was like, "What, Orlando? We're gonna bully you." Like, no, we got film on you guys. Okay.
Were you surprised?
So
go ahead.
No. I was just gonna keep moving.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm gonna go through some substitutions after that goal. We got Telasco Segovia, who I was surprised that he came in. And then you had Silvetti come in for Allende. I was actually surprised about that substitution because you consider Allende scored a goal, keep him in. You've kept him in 90 plus minutes on shit days. So like, why take him out early?
Because this,
but I think it's to give him work.
Which is it's eventually gonna happen, I think.
Yeah. And that was it happened. 69th minute, both substitutions. So you were gonna ask me?
Were you surprised that Messi didn't take that PK?
So I'll tell you how it worked out, right? So we're getting to the 72nd minute where the PK was taken. Baltasar had the ball in his hand. Messi went up to him. I thought Baltasar. Yes.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Baltasar had the ball in his hand. He went up to Messi, and I thought he was going to let Baltasar take it. But he took the ball from Baltasar Rodriguez, gave it to Silvetti, and Silvetti walked up like determined. I was like, "Ooh, this guy's on one." And I ended up seeing the video.
He wanted to smash it.
Yes, I ended up seeing the video later on, and like he looked like the Terminator on the video. And the fact that he ended up just running up to the ball and blasting it, like I thought that he was gonna blast, like a hole through the pole.
Now, if it wasn't Messi that did that, if it was just about anybody else, will we be questioning if he was nervous to take a PK after the last PK that he took? Now, because it's Messi, you figure he's the greatest.
I understand what you're saying because he blew the last one.
Right. But because it's Messi, you figure that's not the case, right? He's giving it to the young kid, get him his first goal. But if that's anybody else, you're like, you're worried about not converting.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that, but then I figured at some point it's gonna fall into we got the new guy here trying to get his vibe in or whatever. So go ahead and let him get his shot. I
think Messi
honestly,
takes it if it's not him, because if Allende's still on the pitch, I don't think he gives it to Allende. I think he takes it.
or maybe he gives it to someone else, like
Balthasar?
Baltasar. Baltasar. Yeah, maybe. I mean, honestly, I do think that Silvetti, I liked seeing that kick go through. And not go through, but I liked him taking the penalty kick, honestly.
And Russ is saying the question is, will he trust him again? I don't think that he'll give that ball to him again. I think he just did it because, hey, here, have your first career goal. I think from now on, Messi takes it. He should have taken it today, but I thought it was cool that he gave it to him.
And I like the intensity that he had taking the kick.
I think
so
those
I'll
were
take
nerves,
that.
man. I think
I think he wanted to.
If you're not nervous, I think if you're not nervous, you calculate where you're putting it and you put it there. So like the way he kicked it, I thought it was just nerves. He just wanted to blast it in there.
He just seems like a guy that moves 1,000,000 miles an hour. Silvetti. So I don't know if that's nerves or if he's just like a walking Red Bull can, but that's just what I anticipated. Velasco Segovia gets a yellow card immediately after the missed penalty, by the way.
If we're not winning 2-1 at that point, does Messi take it?
If we're not, yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think that he knows that there's a cushion that he'd take it. So again, I just want to make sure you're aware of all the yellow cards that we're getting because that ref was complete garbage. By the way, 2 other yellow cards, 76th minute and 77th minute, Maxi Falcone and Baltasar Rodriguez.
The Baltasar one was dangerous.
It was a little dangerous.
It happened right in front of you. What did you think when you saw it when it happened? Do you think it was a penalty?
I don't think it was a penalty. No, I don't think it was a penalty.
I think it happened right outside the box, but it was way too close for comfort.
It was close, but it wasn't in the box. It wasn't, and the ref, they VAR'd it, and it wasn't in the box. Now I was kind of afraid. I from that point, it's a cross and Benteke again. Like you're making me think about that now.
Well, real quick about that foul. I think the tricky part about that foul was that the DC player was right outside the box. His upper body was leaning into the box, but his legs were still outside of it.
Yeah.
But Baltasar's legs were in the box and his upper body wasn't.
Yes.
So it was like they were kind of facing like this. So I was really worried because Baltasar's legs are inside. Would they be like, well, that means that the contact technically had to happen on the line? Because if it happens on the line, then technically it's a PK. So I was really worried because I thought that there was a chance that they could say the other way. But yeah, that was too close for comfort.
And look, a lot of people are saying it looked outside of the box, so it wasn't a PK. It was no reason to mark it as a PK. So, so no penalty. They ended up trying to cross it to Benteke. That didn't work. DC finally gets their first yellow card, and then we get to the 85th minute where Messi does a goal that is just completely magical, like. Dips it to his right, dips it to his left, like in the blink of an eye, like literally as I'm watching it, it just happened like that, like just instantly. And then he curls it right around the goalie, top bins. Beautiful goal, like just pure Messi magic, like what people say. I mean, you saw the goal. I was far from it, and I still was able to get a good angle of it. And I mean, look at that. He goes straight to his left and like in the blink of an eye just says, I want this goal. And that's that.
I thought he was going to end up with a hat trick. I thought that he was going to end up with a hat trick. That
could have been possible.
Look, DC was shot. After that second goal, I felt like their legs gave out on them. And after they didn't get that PK call, that's it. That was their chance. They were like, okay, we got this PK possibly. After that, they didn't get the PK. Their legs were done. They couldn't press us anymore. And I felt like it was like a track shoot. Like we just kept running down. And it felt like time after time, every possession, we were just get on the ball with opportunity to score.
Yeah. And Soccer Daddy saying brace man is back because Messi got that brace. And Rohan says average Messi goal with an acre of space. I love how Rohan talks like this is just common stuff for Messi. Because he's mentioned that a couple ways and other things. And Rohan, what? He thinks Mueller will score another hat trick before Messi does. That's I think that he's more of a facilitator, Messi. So I think that when Luis Suarez comes back, maybe they're going to try to play it in a way where Luis Suarez gets some goals in. So
Messi's leading the Golden Boot right now.
Yes.
I believe he has one more than Boagna. And he has what, 4 games in hand?
Wasn't it? No, wasn't it? It wasn't Boanga that was the leader, was it? Or was it Sturridge?
I think Boagna took over after that hat trick he had. Oh no, you're right.
Maybe.
It is Sturridge. No, you're right. It is Sturridge.
Okay.
Messi has 22, Sturridge has 21, and Boagna has 19.
Okay, I see. Well, I mean, not to dismiss anything else by DC United, they get their second yellow card in the 90th minute. And then they get a goal in the 90th plus 7 minutes. Jacob Murel.
Which was a bad pass by Busquets. He was aiming for Segovia, off the mark, turns into a transition, and Busquets could not keep up with him.
No way. He was cooked.
All she wrote. Yeah, that was it.
So that's your game. And that was terrible defense by Busquets. But, worst pass, I guess. Aside from that, I guess it's time to give some awards here.
Let's do it. So, standouts for you, Chris.
I'm gonna say so. Let's pull the lineup here real quick. And are you gonna do the Fought Mob thing?
Yeah, I just pulled it up.
Okay, good. So let's do the standouts here. I'm gonna go with starting lineup only, and I'm gonna go with standouts. I'm gonna go with Falcon. I feel like Falcon was a standout.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with the second standout, and I'm gonna go with Rodrigo de Paul. Rodrigo de Paul stood out to me. He pushed the pace on a lot of plays. He advanced the ball centrally, and you could tell that he felt a little bit more comfortable playing in today's game. So I liked Rodrigo de Paul and what he brought to the team today.
Okay. I'll say Jordi Alba, Rodrigo de Paul, and Sveti. Sveti drew that PK. He should have had an assist where the ball got to Segovia's feet so quick he couldn't react quickly. I think he thought Messi was going to get on the end of that. And then he ended up blowing it over the crossbar. So he could have had an assist. And you could just see this. He moves so well. It's completely different than seeing Allende on the ball. I think that it was really good to see him. So Sveti, Rodrigo de Paul, and Jordi Alba are my standouts.
So then let's get to the Que Pena. Or should we do the Que Pena at the end?
No, we could do it now. I thought it was pretty easy. Who's your Que Pena?
I think it's Busquets.
Okay. Yeah, I would say I'm gonna go with Ustari.
Well, those were my two. Busquets and
terrible.
Ustari. So I thought
he had a good save at some point. I can't remember now.
It was in the first half where there was a player that was attacking right in front of our section, and he ended up throwing himself in the path, and it blocked off of his body.
With his leg or something. Yeah.
Yes.
But for the most part, he had a terrible game. That first half was terrible. Yeah. So my Que Pena goes to Ustari. For you as Busquets, I thought Busquets had a pretty bad game also. I see a lot of Chelos. Chelos, whatever. I like Ian Frey better, but Chelos, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Chelo just is the mid of the match.
You can see the you can see the dip in contributions in the attack when Ian Frey isn't in there and it's Chelo instead.
Yes,
because
we should just make a consistent mid of the match. Like you should make a shirt says mid of the match, and then just put Cello with his fist up, like ready to fight. Like that's what we need to do.
Yeah, Cello played okay. Like not great, not terrible, just somewhere in the middle. Whatever.
So when it comes to man of the match, other than Messi, I kind of don't like picking goal scorers. Like,
okay,
I don't like. We're not gonna pick. I don't want to pick Messi, and I don't want to pick Allende because I don't think that a goal should make you man of the match other than Messi.
I wouldn't pick Allende.
So I'm gonna go off the cuff here, and I'm gonna go with. Even though Jordi Alba didn't really have like such an impact, I'm gonna go with Yannick Bright.
Okay.
Because he hustled and bullied people off the ball a lot in the beginning. Like I felt like the first 30, 40 minutes of the game was like Yannick Bright's wet dream, where the ball was just too loose. It wasn't solid with one or the other. Alba is the only other person that I give the man of the match other than Messi.
I was gonna give it to Alba. I see a lot of people putting Noah Allen. Now Noah Allen did have a great stop where somebody had was it Benteke maybe that was running on the left side right in front of you, and he got the stop. And I think it was Rodrigo de Paul came up and he celebrated him big time, dapped him up for that great play. So he did have a great save. He also was one of the people, and I guess that goes against the person that I just said is man of the match because him and Jordi Alba are the two
just
people
sat
that
on their
allowed.
couches.
Right. So, but that was just one instance. I think overall, I think they both had a good game, and I'm going to go man of the match other than Messi. I'm going to go with Jordi Alba.
And I want to bring up Juan de Oliveira's comment here real quick. Juan de Oliveira is saying Mash for actually doing good subs. Like those were the best. Those were the best substitutions you can possibly make on this bench. Like you have to make subs and you're going to put in the best qualified people. Like I don't
You know why I wasn't a huge fan of the subs? I like the players that he put in. But when you take Lujan out, this is what happens. Falcon moves over to where Lujan is, and then Sergio Busquets ends up playing where Falcon is. And that's ultimately what happened.
Yeah.
Yannick Bright moves back to Busquets' spot, and then Segovia goes into where Yannick Bright was, and then you had Allende and Silvetti switch places. But now you have Busquets as your line of defense, which we saw how that happened with the second goal. So I'm not a huge fan. Yeah. So I'm not a huge fan of the substitutions for that reason. Yes, the players that he put on, obviously, Berti, great. Segovia, great. Like, those are good names. You want to see those guys get playing time. But in the way that they got in, where Busquets ends up being that third center back, I can't say I'm loving that because you see what happens when he's back there.
Yeah. So. And this is more of the comment I want to see here. Bella or Bella Bella saying if Mascherano keeps playing Alba at left wing, Noah Allen at left back, and Bright at CDM, where will Segovia play? This is a good question to ask.
Segovia, I think, is going to end up being a super sub, which I hate to say, but this lineup has looked better than anything else that we've seen. Now, I do think that there is a chance, because I do think Segovia is a decent box-to-box midfielder. He'll give you a lot more in the attack than in the defense, but he can get back and contribute defensively. I think that there's a chance that if somebody's going to lose their spot for Segovia...
I'm going to be right back because I have a complaint just at the end.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go ahead. If there's somebody that's going to lose their job for Segovia, I think it might end up being Yannick Bright because Rodrigo de Paul isn't going anywhere. And Busquets, even though I think Busquets should be the one that loses his spot, I think it would end up being Yannick Bright. So you'll probably see Segovia playing where Bright is if they keep Jordi Alba the way he's been playing the last two games. And then you will see, obviously, Luis Suarez up top. And then Svelti and Baltasar Rodriguez would end up being super subs, which isn't horrible. But, yeah. And then my name is Jeff saying, BS, the first 60 minutes were bad. Yeah, I've been saying it, that the first half wasn't very good. DC United did their game plan was great this first half, and they executed it. And in the first 10 minutes or so of the second half, but their legs gave out on them because you can't press and you can't play with that much energy for 90 minutes. And it showed. Towards the end of the first half, it showed that DC was gassed and then Miami was getting their chances at the end of the first half. And then after the 55th, 60th minute, like you said, then that's it. They couldn't anymore. They were gassed. They can't play like that for 90 minutes. Only the Red Bulls can, because I think they might literally take Red Bull to the vein through like an IV before the games. But outside of the Red Bulls, nobody can keep that up for 90 minutes.
I want to get to the last words of the program here. I don't know if there's anything else.
No. Let's see. Today I bought my kids Labubus. So
Ooh.
yes,
I got a couple of them. Thanks here. Hold on, let me go grab those.
So yes, I'm new to the new Labubu game. I didn't know what a ripoff it was. You got to pay $60, and it ends up being a mystery box. You didn't get to pick the color. Yeah. So luckily they got two decent colors that they like, but not a fan of the Labubu craze, because I don't like when you like. Why can't we go back to the good old days where you get to see what you're gonna buy? Like, why? But yeah. So my kids got Labubus today. Whatever. But yeah, that's the only random thing that I had to bring up, Chris. While he goes, and for some reason he's gonna get his Labubus.
Yeah, because my daughter has like a whole family of Labubus. She has it's a bunch. But I want to complain about something, because I know that there's been people that. Thank you. Look, here we go. Look at these things right here, guys. Look at them. Labubu.
Oh, but they're still naked,
buddy.
My kids are like getting online looking. My kids are getting online looking for clothes and stuff. I'm like, what is this?
Oh, you're going too crazy. You're buying clothes and stuff.
Well, I haven't yet, but that's what they're looking into. Like they try to get me on it. They're like, yo, they got Jordans for these kids. I was like, oh, we started.
Yeah, they do.
I know. I saw.
You got to be careful. There's sitters, right? This one's a sitter. This one's a stander.
You know that my kids. I got the new FIFA, and my kids love playing with Rodrigo de Paul. They call him Mr. Labubu. Did you know that he walks around with a Labubu on his bag?
Yeah, that's like a fashion thing for like all men and women now.
I thought it was just a women thing.
They hook this on their bags. Like there's literal kids that have it on their bags.
Well, my kids said that when we started our ultimate teams, like they're like, oh no, we need Mr. Labubu first, and we got him on our ultimate team because they needed to play with Mr. Labubu. So I'm playing with Labubu. Paul is literally Mr. Labubu. Is his name in my household.
Guys, I'm playing with Labubus because these are my daughter's Labubus. These are not my Labubus. There's people asking in the chat, why is Chris playing with? I'm not playing with Labubus.
Well, my kids asked if they could get me one. They showed me one that had like a Yankees jersey and a Yankee hat on. They're like, if we get this for you, would you get it? I was like, well, I mean, if it's rocking the Yankee fitted and the Yankee jersey, I guess.
So you're gonna get a whole drobed out Labubu?
If they get it for me, I'll put it on my briefcase. What is Danny talking about? Men and women? Don't you mean
you're
kids?
Gonna have a fucking Labubu on your briefcase?
Yeah, I don't care. Look, I rock whatever my kids give me. I rock it. I don't care if my kids are giving it to me. I'm rocking it. I don't care. Mr. Krabs, adults are the ones doing this. Like, I don't think you realize that it's Rodrigo de Paul is walking around with the Labubu hanging off of his whatever bag he's wearing. So it's not just kids; it's adults.
So the complaint I wanted to make, because I know that there's been like security guards that have like watch the podcast and people that are like outside with the parking and stuff. So my family, well, all of us, we went to the game today. We took the flag, the flag where it shows Messi like this, right? And it shows Messi 10 on it. Like the flag from the inaugural, from the inaugural time that he was announced or whatever. Yeah. Let me see if it, because I can't find any of the other flags. Yes, that one. So my daughter Kenzie was super excited to bring that flag to the game, right? And wave it. So we take it, right? We get to the check-in of like the metal detectors. And the guy outside tells us, you have to take off the stick. Like, why? He goes, you can't bring the stick in. You could bring the Messi thing in, but you can't bring the stick in. Like, I got
you might
this
throw it
here.
on the pit, but yeah, but they're not giving it out that day. You might throw it on the pitch.
Well, we had to take off the stick and throw the stick away. And I have a big problem with that.
The stick away? You should have just taken it back to your car. Your car wasn't that far.
The car
I know where you
was
parked,
far
Chris.
we ended up
I know where you parked, Chris.
I know, but we ended up going through the main gate where the fan zone is.
Well, then you should still walk.
We didn't go to the immediate entrance. Listen, it was too late. We were too deep in. That's it.
Oh, you guys are crazy. I wouldn't have thrown away the stick. Crazy. Or I would have hid the stick somewhere outside and picked it up afterwards.
Well, you know what? Shame on you, Guardian security. Okay, shame on you, and shame on you, Inter Miami.
You can't
for not letting me bring in the same thing that you guys gave me years ago. Shame on you, Inter Miami.
Things have changed. No, absolutely not. No, absolutely.
David Beckham, shame on you.
Don't let him bring in weapons. What's wrong with you, Chris? You can't bring weapons into the game.
It's not about being lazy to go back to the car, Rohan.
Absolutely.
I don't mind walking back to the car. No, not at all.
Apparently you do. Apparently you do.
No, it was, but we were already too deep into the check-in. It was gone.
Let's see this thing.
I got my fucking Labubus here. It doesn't have any sharp anything.
No.
All right, Danny. We're just showing off our Labubus
and you had to rip it out. So it's stuck on there.
Yeah, you got to rip it. Yes. The guy's like, no, you have to take it off. Take it off. I was going to slide it under the fence and just grab it on the other side. That's what I was going to do.
Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. So I don't want this episode to end with that. Yeah, right. Bring NWSL to Miami. I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to keep saying this. I'm going to keep tweeting. I even opened the Twitter account. Why? I'm not sure because I don't think I'm going to post much on it, but whatever. We're going to bring NWSL eventually to Miami, especially with the Women's World Cup coming here in 2 years. We need a women's team. And more than anything, because David Beckham said that he was going to do it. So you got to do it. So, all right. Chris, any final words outside of you complaining about not being able to bring weapons into the stadium?
Fuck you, Guardian. And shout out to the Labubu family. Out here, we're increasing because Danny and his family's got Labubus now, so let's get it.
Yeah. My name is Steph saying Labubu got the Suarez teeth. Yeah. All right.
Look at this cutie pie right here.
Yeah, that's real cute. I think that's it. So we're gonna sign off here, and I'm gonna finish drinking my high noon and go watch Gilmore Girls with my wife.
Nice.
Yep. Here we go. All right. If you're listening on audio, appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please leave us 5 stars, comment, review, all the good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. And as always, for those of you in the chat, we appreciate you hanging out with us for the last 59 minutes. And we'll be back on Monday. My Gators got whooped. Yeah, I mean, you kind of figured that was going to happen. is on one this year. We'll be back on Monday, probably to preview NYCFC. And to keep talking about this supporter shield that we're about to win. So until the next one, have a good one.